quick. Hold on 1 second. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Manhood. It's Saturday morning. And at this point, I don't even set alarms anymore. I just naturally wake up, even though we stayed up late and feel a little tired. All right. This is just a daily Bible study / devotional / playing not Elden Ring. We played Elden Ring before. We're playing Dark Souls 3 right now. We're going to have to figure out what's next here pretty soon. It's going to be insane. Today, we're going through 2 Samuel chapter 21. It's going to be good. I like the story a lot. Hold on. We're going to bob and weave through these guys. Get back down to where we were before. It'll be great. 2 Samuel 21 really asks the question of, hey, what do you do when a problem keeps showing up and nobody can figure out why? Starts out... Nope. 1, 2, let's move. Let's roll. Israel is experiencing a famine. A year passes, then another, and then another, into a third year, and eventually David asks God what's going on. And what follows is a difficult chapter that forces us to wrestle with things like justice. Okay, we died. We died. Yeah, so it forces us to kind of wade through what does justice look like, what does covenant faithfulness look like, and what are the consequences of it. And realities that the past can still affect the present. This is not an easy chapter, but it teaches an important truth. That ignoring broken promises doesn't make them disappear, and God takes covenant faithfulness very seriously. It ultimately points us to a God who cares deeply about justice, truth, and keeping his word and keeping your own word. And so I'm excited to go through it, because it's not necessarily the easiest thing to even get on board with, but it's very, very interesting to me. So it's going to be good. We're also going to be diving through the Ringed City. What's up, Kate Gersh? Welcome in. This way. Before we do that, though, bob and weave. We're going to go through our proverb of the day, as well as gratitude for the day. Thank you. Watch this. Easy. There we go. Our proverb of the day comes from Proverbs 10. And then move on this way. I think we died over here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where this guy's shooting me from. That's a good problem. Playing Dark Souls 3. All right, Proverbs 10, verse 25. When the tempest passes, the wicked is no more, but the righteous is established forever. An important reminder that God is the one who establishes us and holds us fast in spite of what's happening around us. But for the wicked, that's taken away. That was frustrating. All right. Gratitude for the day. I usually go through 3 things I'm grateful for, just to remind myself of who I am, who God is, and what he's done with me. One of which, we actually homeschool our kids, and they're a part of a co-op, so it's like a group that gets together once a week throughout every semester and does like extracurricular activities and subjects so they can learn unique things. It's Dark Souls 3. K. Gersh. Dark Souls 3, yeah. So we got to go out and they do like, it's not really a graduation as much as like a presentation night. Here's what we learned. And it was super good. It's also my kids are getting to an age where like they get excited about getting to do it and show what they've done. And so it's just a really cool time. It was incredibly long. It was good. Incredibly long, but it was nice. Secondly, I ended up meeting this guy yesterday that I'd never met before, but he recognized me. I've started leading sermons at church, and he recognized me from that, and we ended up in this like super deep conversation. We're gonna move through it. Excuse me. And it was cool. It was intense, and I was grateful for it. What's up, Bull? Good morning. We just keep getting killed over and over again in this corner over here. Happy to see you, man. Really am. This. Oh no. Okay. I didn't realize he was in this corner. How are you doing, sir? I'm doing well. Blessed beyond belief. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm doing good. I got on last night at 11 p.m. and waited for you, but you weren't there at 1 a.m. So finally just closed it out. I have had my coffee. It is a good DLC. BPD. Welcome in. No, it's Dark Souls 3. Pretty sure we got it at the top of the screen. What's up with you, Bull? How are you doing, man? We're just going to keep running the same path the entire time. Up. Let's keep rolling. See ya. Okay, Gersh. Thanks for being here, man. Third, I'm grateful for my son, Gideon, man. He's awesome. Really thankful for his personality and who he is. Great. What's up, Kija1? Welcome in. Welcome in. Danny just left for work for a few hours. Ooh. Good guy. My little library. I should read some books. I haven't learned how to read yet, so we gotta figure that out. All right, quick recap, and then we'll hop into the chapter. 2 Samuel followed David's rise to power, God's covenant promise to his house, and the victories and failures that shaped his reign. After David's sin with Bathsheba, turmoil spreads through his family and kingdom, leading to Absalom's rebellion. Got a hit. No. We can parry this. Good, back up. Easy. Easy. Not that one, not that one. Probably not that one. Poise. We're going to do that. We're doing that, Bull. We're doing it. All right. So, Absalom rebels. In chapter 20, David is restored to the throne, but the kingdom remains fragile and marked by the consequences of his past actions. And now in chapter 21, it shifts away from the immediate narrative and begins a series of events that look back at important themes in David's reign. So it's not necessarily that this is chronological, but more that this is showing kind of almost a highlight reel of what David's reign looked like, the things that happened in it as well. So we're going to go into that. It'll be great. 2 Samuel 21, verse 1. Now there was a famine in the days of David for 3 years, year after year, and David sought the face. What's up, Train? Peace be with you, man. It's good to see you. It really, really is. And David sought the face of the Lord, and the Lord said, there is blood guilt on Saul and on his house, because he put the Gibeonites to death. There is a bunch bound up in this. A bunch of information in it. Quite a few things here. First off, very, very interesting that David waits 3 years before he consults God on this. It's actually a really, really good reminder that we should not overread into the things that are happening around us. Because some things are just it's likely that the question if those are just like the common guilt of the people, that Israel done some things that have led to this. Oh, okay. Roll out of there. But I do find it really, really interesting that he's like, hey, now that it's reached 3 years, there's got to be something greater going on. And what is it? Nope, you can reach. We're still alive. We're right. But it's a good reminder for me because I think oftentimes when things happen, we'll immediately draw the conclusion that, man, either I must have done something wrong or something's happening here. And it doesn't seem that David immediately resorts to that. David's pretty patient and waits years and years before he even starts to question. But by the time they reach a third year of famine, he's like, okay, there must be something we haven't taken account for, we haven't fixed. And so then he goes and pursues, hey, we have sinned, we have guilt on us. And the Lord graciously tells him exactly what's getting in the way of that. And what's crazy is that that it is what Saul did during his reign, right? David is now willing. Can these guys not fight you? They just run away. Hold on. We're distracted. We'll back it up. Okay, the little guys do attack you, but only when you start attacking their mom. Let me check this one out. Where's that big guy sitting down? There he is. Hello, almost dead. Oh, I am dead. I died. We'll run back. We'll be all right. So after 3 years, David says, hey, what's going on, God? And the Lord says, there's blood guilt on Saul and on his house because he put the Gibeonites to death. So years after this happens, it's seemingly God waits to lay out the judgment on his people. And so it's not immediate his course of action when he goes to actually bring about the fulfillment of what Saul has chosen to do. But it also shows God's massive level of importance to holding to your promises. Because for those of you that don't know, these are promises made by Israel way back in the book of Joshua. This is like 400 years before. And in Joshua 9, the people of Gibeon see that the people of Israel are taking over the land. So they're like going after all these people. And they're like, hey, we've got to figure out a way to where they don't attack and kill us. And so they actually trick the Israelites. There we go. They actually trick the Israelites into making a covenant with them. So they come and they dress themselves up and they act like they're foreigners that have been traveling for a long time and they're from a distant area. And they're not. Okay. They're not from a distant land, but they trick Joshua and the people of Israel into making a covenant with them by putting on really, really tattered clothes. Goodness, man, I'm struggling. People of Gibeon put on really tattered clothes. What's up, John 2 Raw? Welcome in. And they come before the people of Israel and they're like, hey, listen, we're from far away, you know? We're far away people. We're traveling. Please, like, make a covenant with us that you're not going to harm us or hurt us. And so Joshua and the people of Israel agree, thinking that they're from far away and they can live among the land. Me too, John 2 Raw. Thanks, man. I appreciate the encouragement. And so they make a covenant with them, even though it's under the pretense of falsehood, right? The people of Israel are lied to. What's up, War Child? Good morning, man. Good to see you. So they make a promise. And what's interesting to me, this actually leads back toward, we were just reading how when David is fleeing, Ziba, who is supposed to be the servant of one of Saul's descendants, Mephibosheth, comes before him and he lies, and David makes a covenant with him. And when David comes back and finds out that Mephibosheth did not abandon David, Mephibosheth is Jonathan's son. David was very close to Jonathan. There's a lot of context you got to give to these guys' names. It's so hard. There we go. We're not going to worry about that guy with his light. But David had made a covenant with Jonathan that he would take care of his children. He made a covenant with him that he's going to take care and not let his descendants leave the face of the earth. And so he made a covenant with Mephibosheth and gave him the house and the area that Saul had owned when Saul was still alive. And then Ziba comes and he's like, hey, Mephibosheth abandoned you when your son Absalom tried to take over the throne, and I came to stay with you. That was a total lie. He abandoned Mephibosheth because Mephibosheth was crippled, so he couldn't come. And David says, okay, you can have the house of Saul. When he finds out that's a lie, he does not take it all back. He says you'll share the land between the two of you. And so it's an interesting parallel there. Even though the covenant is made through falsehood, there still is this expectation that it will be held to, because a covenant is not something that can just be taken back. It's not something that can be broken. And the Gibeonites back in Joshua do the same thing. They come under falsehood, and the people of Israel make a covenant with him saying, hey, we will not harm you, we won't hurt you, we won't come after you. And even though it was a lie, they were really neighbors, they still hold to it, and they don't attack them, because it's important that we keep our promises. It's important that if we make a covenant, we keep it. In the same way that God doesn't abandon his covenant even when his people fail. We're going to chaos roll out of that. Even when his people fail, he still holds to the covenant promises that he's made to his people. And in the same way, he has an expectation that the people of Israel do the same. And so, you hear that 400 years later, Saul takes over kingship, and in his zeal for the people of Israel and... Hold on. I'm gonna back up. There we go. Nope. There we go. He goes after and tries to wipe out the Gibeonites, even though there's a covenant between Israel and them that they will not harm them. And they had kept to their covenant, but they did make them servants, right? So they did not allow for them to be just people in the land. They became like woodcutters and gatherers of water for the house of the Lord as well. I'm not enjoying this the way it is. It's not a good spot. And it's important that God sees they hold to it. Hey, you held to this for hundreds of years, and now all of a sudden Saul comes in here and he attempts to wipe these people out. And so you've abandoned this promise that you made, and that's what I'm holding against your people. Like there is guilt on the head of the people of Israel for attempting to wipe these people out. Even though it's Saul's guilt, right? It's Saul's and his family's guilt for doing this. It's impactful still. So what does David do? He takes a drink of coffee first. Saul calls the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not the people of Israel, but the remnant of the Ammonites. Although the people of Israel had sworn to spare them, Saul had sought to strike them down in his zeal for the people of Israel and Judah. And David said to the Gibeonites, Yeah, War Child, it's not my favorite for sure. So, David says to the Gibeonites, what shall I do for you, and how shall I make atonement that you may bless the heritage of the Lord? So rather than coming before them and saying, hey, we've done wrong, here's what we're going to do, he comes essentially humbly as a servant to them, right? He doesn't say, hey, here's what we're going to do to make this right, and then you're going to no longer hold this against us. He's like, hey, what will it take for you to bless the people of the Lord? Like, what will it take for us to get back our right standing with you? And he allows them to ask whatever they want. And what's interesting is what they say is like, listen, we don't want money. I don't want to repay what your people have done in the same way. So I don't want to wipe out just a vast swath of your people, even though that would be a direct retribution to what's been done to us. It's like, listen, this is the sin of Saul. Saul and his family chose to do this for the sake of both the people as well as for his own sake. And so I'm not asking to wipe your people out in response, but we do want there to be reprimand for specifically the line of Saul. We're going up this side this time. Flow. Good. Have you grabbed the Chloranthy ring? No, where's that at? Is it over here in the lake somewhere? That sounds like a nice thing to have. There's a bow. Look at that. Get it. Titan Dunk. Alright, so how shall I make atonement? And the Gibeonites said to him, it is not the man who consumed us and planned to destroy us so that we should have no peace in all the territory of Israel. Let 7 of his sons be given to us so that we may hang them before the Lord at Gibeah of Saul, the chosen of the Lord. And the king said, I will give them. It's close to the bonfire you're at. Oh, okay, cool. I don't think I have that. You got some branches. That's nice. We're just going to wait around the outside rim of this lake. I just wanted to see if he was in it. He isn't. We don't harm anyone that doesn't attack us because he is the key. But if they will attack us, we're going to not allow them to do that. Okay. So, like, listen, when King Saul was king, it's his family that chose to try and wipe us out. So all we ask is, well, that guy's dead. All we ask is that you take 7 of his sons. Is that Ornstein? Me and him were fighting with the same weapon, too. Terrible roll. Terrible roll. Need a drink real quick, brother. No damage. Bad. Good, we're good, we did it. You will eventually... See, I looked over in the chat, that's a bad idea. I'll come back to that war trial, hold on. We're doing so well. Rotate. Come here. Missed me twice. Thought I had that. I thought that was it. Yeah, first try. Great work, everybody. All right. You'll eventually come across main city streets bonfire. Head out into the swampy area filled with locusts. That's where we are. Turn left from the bonfire. Okay. You'll eventually come across a statue of Gwyn sitting by itself. Strike the illusory wall. Oh, cool. Do we just wear his armor? Or we're just like a... Ornstein around? Probably won't be able to move if we do that, but we should do it. First try. Okay. So, David agrees. He says, I'll give 7 of his sons. And it's clear that God is in agreement that there is blood guilt on Saul's descendants. Callie, what's the first greatest DLC of Souls games? I'd be interested to know what you think about that. I think that's like Artorias. That's interesting to me. We're good. Old Hunt. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good call. The Bloodborne one. We should play Bloodborne next. Okay. So, David agrees, but he is going to spare Mephibosheth, the son of Saul's son Jonathan, because of the oath of the Lord that was between them, between David and Jonathan, the son of Saul. Another key call out here. You can't abandon one covenant for another covenant. So even though he has an obligation to make right for the covenant of the people of Gibeon, he cannot discount the covenant that he already has with Jonathan and his son Mephibosheth that he's already agreed to hold to. And so he keeps him. He does not allow for him to die. There's a whole bunch of really interesting stuff coming up in this. Just trying to get past. We're good. Let's roll. All right, so he spares him. The king took 2 of the sons of Rizpah. So Rizpah was one of Saul's concubines. Weave around here. I think that might be the way to be mistaken. Could be mistaken. Also, there's something pounding the earth and shaking it, and I don't know what it is. We're good. We'll head this way. No, this way. Okay, so he takes 2 of the sons of Rizpah first, daughter of Aiah, whom she bore to Saul, Armoni and Mephibosheth. So it's another Mephibosheth, the second one, not the one we're talking about. Oh, look at this. Is this back to the bonfire? Or is this is a different bonfire? Sweet. We have 82,000. Okay. And the 5 sons of Merab, which there's a lot of interesting background here. So Merab was the daughter of Saul, whom she bore to Adriel, the son of Barzillai, the Meholathite. So if you don't know, Merab was initially who David was supposed to get as a reward for killing the Philistine, or for killing Goliath, actually. But Saul takes her and kind of does David dirty and does not give her to David. And so she ends up having 5 sons, and all of those sons end up being taken and given away. And you'll notice that Michal has no sons either. So Michal is David's wife currently, and she is childless because she went against David when he was dancing before the Lord. There's a lot of interesting stuff here about God not providing any descendants of Saul through David himself, and him keeping, what's her name? Merab from David. So when he ends up taking these sons of Saul, none of them are his own descendants. They're only descendants of Saul. And he gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them on the mountain before the Lord. And the 7 of them perished together, and they were put to death in the first days of the harvest, at the beginning of the barley harvest. So we're seeing this in the time of the harvest. We're going to see it carry on. We'll go to the Ring City streets. Carry on to the point of the rains. So it's like opposite ends of the season. If it rained during the harvest, that was actually a very bad omen. We see that actually in 1 Samuel, that he brings rain during the actual harvest time. And it is not good. It's not positive. That's not it. What does it say? Show your humanity. Okay. That. Nope. Not like that. Is it in this room or am I an idiot? Those aren't Gwyn statues. Not Gwyn statues. Let me read what he said. You will eventually come across... Okay. Turn to left from the bar and follow the path toward the stone structure. Statue. Fitting by itself. Strike the wall or statue to reveal a hidden thing containing the ring. I don't know how to do that. Use branch to hide in the swamp? Is that what the branch does? Didn't know that. Alright, John. Thanks. But look, we're a statue. Can't get up there. White branch. That's a young white branch. Then we're gonna be stuck walking like half a mile an hour. But while in swamp. Okay, here you go. We're in the swamp. I'm learning so much here. Oh. What do? We go back to that sign on the wall? It doesn't stop us from attacking. Do I now have to go back inside when I look like that? Or I go straight back inside? That's good. We're on it. We're bottom of right now. Run. Hold on. I'm gonna run out of little branches. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. We're good now. We did it. All right, so they hanged them. This is also an interesting, a very, very interesting allegory. These people are not innocent of this. They're also paying for the sins of someone else, which is devastating and sad. Good, we did it. Way to go, everybody. I super love walking at half a mile an hour back. It's one of my favorite things, to just be stuck at super slow speeds. Good, Bull. I was really worried about you still being here. Thank you. Some Reese Puffs? Like cereal? Man, haven't had that in a long time. Hello, we're back. What's today's? We're going through 2 Samuel 21. The proverb that it was in Proverbs 10. Look at this. We did it. What an obscure thing to do, huh? Hey, go to the swamp, become a humanity, and then come back in here and we'll drop a ladder for you. Keegan, thanks for following, man. Appreciate it, man. Okay, so they hang him up. The like connection here to me is these sons of Saul were given as thanks, man. I appreciate that, Bull. Very encouraging. These sons of Saul were given as essentially a sacrifice for the rest of the people to take away the guilt of them. This is to the hidden boss. Is this Medir, or is that not the hidden boss? Hello. Rotate. Great, we did it. Whoa. Here. He's gonna follow me. Rotate this way. We'll keep going. What's up, Eric Von Eric? I just changed the pronunciation of your name over and over again. Yeah, we don't want to go that way. We already know. You want to go. Oh, there's a ladder. Guys, there's a ladder. Don't worry. We don't have to throw ourselves down and take up a bunch of damage. Let's grab this. Good. Go this way. Die to another Ringed City Guard guy. Be nice. May the flames guide thee. What do I do with this? Anyone know? Almost got it now. Happy to meet you. Homage. If I'm pronouncing that right. Ooh, it was trying to trick us. Did you see that? Trying to get us to hurl ourselves off that. We were not going to do it. Okay. So, they were put to death. These people were hung. They were accursed, right? That's the whole concept of being hung is to be the curse for the people. And they are hung there and left there unburied until... Don't do that. Until the rains come. Which is a picture of... Ooh, Dragon Head Shield. Very cool. Which is a picture of the... of what Jesus does for us, right? He's a perfect sacrifice, and so he takes away the curse of the people onto himself, and this is what these 7 men were put under. So they're left there until literally the rain comes. And Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it out for herself on the rock from the beginning of harvest until the rain fell among them from heaven. So they wait and leave the bodies hung until the rain comes. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go over here and we're going to run, jump over that little ravine, see if that works. And so there's some interesting connective tissue here of what it means, because these men were... Hold on. You guys see that? First try. I don't know where I'm supposed to be now, but this seems like a progression forward. Okay, that's dropping off further. Let's go this way. And so Rizpah, loving her children, one that was dark, with in the end learned all.
But the world began without knowledge, and does not this ring clear? Fear not the dark, and let the fear. One poor girl, does it fear not, and let the world does not fear not, and let.
Am I supposed to go down there? Is that what he's coaxing me to do? This guy needs to... That man beetle speaks pretty good. Yeah, he's really good at it. I mean, he's kind of a... He's a man beetle. Doesn't even see me. See? I can run around. Not today. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna get cursed. Just in this room. That makes me smile. For sure. Excuse me, boys. Alright, so Rizpah stays with them until the harvest rains fall. She did not allow the birds of the air to come upon them by day or the beasts of the field by night. So she stays with them seemingly for months. She stays with the bodies and tends to them. Make sure that nothing negative happens to them. And when David heard, he was told that Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, the concubine of Saul, what she had done. What's up, Grump? Welcome in, man. It's good to see you. David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of his son Jonathan from the men of Jabesh Gilead, who had stolen them from the public square of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them on the day of the Philistines killed Saul. Kill Villa, dude. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the roses, man. I appreciate it. So Saul and Jonathan were taken by the Philistines. Their bodies were, and they were hung. They were strung up. And the people of Jabesh Gilead had a very close relationship because they were saved by Saul and his men early on. If I kill that big walking guy, does he respawn or is he done forever? Hold on. I gotta figure something out. Second. We're almost there. Shortcut elevator. That's my issue. I'm not even at the right bonfire. I don't know how to get to the shortcut elevator, though. We gotta figure that out first, huh? Or just not get the Claranthe ring. Is that what I'm wearing? Is a Claranthe ring? I am. Yeah. I am. Hold on, I gotta fix this. See you again. We're good. Good. Thanks for lifting us up, Kendall. I appreciate it. Oscar, thank you for following, dude. Appreciate you being here. We plunge attack this guy. Not today. I want some of their armor. That's what I want. Get it. Sorry. So the people of Jabesh Gilead came and stole the bodies of Saul and Jonathan, the Philistines, and hung up after they killed them. They had taken them home. And now we're seeing, whoops, I'm moving stuff around on my screen. Now we're seeing that David goes and gets the bones. He hears that what Rizpah has done. She stayed with him the entire time, and she's tended to them. Don't throw yourself off that cliff. I can do that. I can do that. And so he goes, and once the rain begins, he's like, okay, the curse is over for what we have done to the people of Gibeon. And so he goes and he takes the bones of both Saul and Jonathan as well as the bones of the sons. And they buried the bones of Saul and Jonathan in the land of Benjamin. Remember, they are people of Benjamin. They're Benjaminites. So he takes them back and he buries them in their home. Perfect. Love that. Hope you enjoy your noodles. So I guess we can't survive. Good morning, Heavenly Breath. Hold on. I found a hole. We're good to go. We did it. Drive-by gifting. Thanks, man. Thanks for the heart me. Hold on. Can we make it? Hey, look at that. You guys see that? Rubbish. Love getting rubbish. Move, move, move. Are you supposed to be able to do that? I don't know even if you're supposed to be able to do that. Okay, and then we take a nice little U-turn here, and we start talking about something completely different. War Child. Heading to our church's food drive. I may catch you tomorrow before church. All right, man. That sounds good. I appreciate you being here, dude. Hope it goes well. Thanks for serving the church. Hello. Is this cool? Can we just arrow shoot Midir to death? Guess he's gone. I guess he's gone. We're all right. It's frustrating. Get a little chaos rolling in there for having a breath. Perfect. Lovely. Excuse me, dude. Let me roll out for a second. There we go. We're good. Dude, thanks so much for all the gifts, man. Lightning bolt, divine fingers. Divine fingers, the phrase makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know how I feel about divine fingers, but I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what it means. We did it. Great work. Okay. Yeah, divine fingers. It reminds me of Elden Ring. All right, there was war again between the Philistines and Israel, and David went down together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines. Hello. Perfect. What I was hoping for is getting stuck in a corner with you. Gonna back up. Good job, you hit the wall. Does a ton of damage. Out. Easy. Completely out of heals, but we'll be all right. Blindfold mask. Hey, we got a heal back. That's special. That's nice. Let's keep moving up. We'll be all right. So, war breaks out between the Philistines and Israel again. David went out together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines, and David grew weary. So we're getting the notice that now, hey, David is not the man he once was. This guy's getting old. Where I have left. I hate that you can't hit them again. The body is still compactable. We're good. Defense 15 dummy. Thanks, man. Welcome in. Simple gem. We just hurl ourselves down into that pit. I go straight to Midir. Hello. Wait for it. Hold on. David is getting old. And Ishbi Benab, one of the descendants of the giants, whose spear weighed 300 shekels of bronze and was armed with a new sword, thought to kill David. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, came to his aid and attacked the Philistine and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, "You shall no longer go out with us to battle, lest you quench the lamp of Israel." So they're like, "Hey, you're too old for this. Like you've done your role. Now it's time for us to do ours. You should not come back out with us. You've trained us well. We're able to hold this for you. So you shouldn't come out here anymore with us. You're going to stay back." And seemingly he does. And they're like, you can't die on us. We can't lose you. So stay home. I don't know where to go. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. down there? Nope. Does the floor fall out over here? Nope. Well, I guess we're just stuck in this hole. Running loops. Yeah, that's back out. Watch this. Nope. Is this just a dead end? Is that what I'm learning right now? Did I risk my life for nothing? I don't know. I'm stuck. All right. After this, there's war again with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sibbecai, the Hushathite, struck down Saph, who was one of the descendants of the giants. And there was again war with Philistines at Gob. And Elhanan, the son of Jareh-Oregim, the Bethlehemite, struck down Goliath from Gittite. The shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. Very, very likely this is either the son or the brother of Goliath who took his name. And we don't know which. Oh, we go this way. I figured it out. You just have to walk over that little tiny bump, and you're in. You're in. Still here. So we see a second Goliath. This is not the same Goliath, but it's likely one of the brothers of Goliath. And so what we're seeing here is all of the mighty men of the Philistines are being brought down by the men of David. And so it's showing that, hey, David had set up for himself a group of men that could actually bring peace to the people of Israel and set up a solid starting point for Solomon to take the throne and have peace, right? And so they continue on fighting. What's up, Zach? Good morning. They continue fighting and setting up a situation of peace for all the people of Israel and bring blessing onto them in and of themselves. And David has set them up to where they're going to be able to carry this thing forward themselves, and David doesn't have to be actively involved in it. Thanks so much for the heart, man. Appreciate it. And we see the following of this. There's a lot of people that believe that there's symbolism in way back in 1 Samuel, and I'm one of the people who think this, by the way. Dude, that is a tricky one. You can't even see the chain on that. Hold on. Take a quick hit. Dude. Okay, that was ridiculous. Oh, it was rough. It was rough, but it's like they likely believe that when David picks up 5 smooth stones or 4, I think. But it's like a symbolic action that he knows that God is going to give into his hands all of the leaders of the Philistines. And so when he goes to take on Goliath, it wasn't that he was bringing stones as additional stones to hurl at Goliath, but that he was actually saying, hey, I know that God is going to give all of them against all the lords of the Philistines. And we see now the culmination of that way at the end of the second book of Samuel, where he does get that fulfillment through the people who are fighting for him. I'm trying to figure out where this elevator is that goes back up to the other bonfire, and I don't know how to get to it. And then we'll go down that little shaft. We need to find Madeira at some point. I don't know how to get to him either. Hold on. Climbing. It's not backwards. Okay. Let's see. Let's go figure it out. The Comic Codex, welcome in. Thanks for liking the live, man. Stop here. I have no idea where I'm going. I'll have to go back to that. The boys, I'm just going to squeeze through here. He's me. It's not there. Not there. Nothing around. Grab that. Have I been? I think I've been up here. Hey, we got the sword. Okay. Perfect. Love that. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know where to go. Excuse me, sir. We're safe. We did it. All right. Key points. God takes covenant faithfulness seriously, both our faithfulness to his covenant as well as rubbish, okay. As well as our covenants to each other. It's massively important that we actually follow this. What does this say? You. I don't have any idea how to find that elevator. I was trying to find the Chloranthy ring, but I don't know how to get to it. No idea. Past actions can have present consequences. That's another one. That it's like we may not see the outcome of the actions that we've taken for quite a while. But it doesn't mean that they won't happen. Dragging ahead. It's going to be alright. Excuse me. No, don't do that. The effect of sin and injustice often extend beyond the moment that it happens in, which is important for us to remember as well. Justice and mercy are both important themes. This chapter wrestles with the difficult question about covenant accountability, but also mercy and how those two things account for each other. Are you going to come down? And faithful people leave lasting legacies. David's mighty men continue fighting and holding to everything that David stood for, and it brings about a very, very lasting. Take an actual hit. Okay. All right. Sounds good. 5 application points, one of which in my mind is, hey, keeping our commitments. If we made a commitment to someone or to something, it's important that, yeah, it's sad. Well, it's very, very sad. Integrity matters, especially when promises become inconvenient for us. That's usually the time where the things fall apart, and it's important that we remember that. Seek God's perspective during difficult seasons. David inquires of the Lord rather than merely like enduring a famine, and it leads to the actual resolution of it. And remain faithful even when no one notices. Rizpah, her devotion to her children and to the children of, what is it? I can't remember. Mob, whatever her name is. It's a powerful picture of perseverance. And leave a legacy of faithfulness for others to continue. It's important that we build other people up that can take leadership after we're done. We should make ourselves unnecessary, should be the key that we take. We should essentially move ourselves to a point where we no longer have to be actively involved in order for the legacy of what we work with to continue. And that's an incredibly, incredibly important thing for us to do. Make yourself useless. Because of the blessing, because you bless them. It's one of my key drivers. Thanks, brother. I need you to clear out. Sweet. I'm trying to find the elevator, and I have no idea where to go for it. I'm guessing it's here, but I'm probably wrong. What's back this way? Nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Can't be over there either. I don't have any idea. Here's a nice cubby hole. Maybe it's in the swamp. All right, with that, I'm going to go hang out with my family. Pray that God sends me money and women. Man, I'm going to pray that God sends you what you need, dude. Pray. And if that's money and women, great. But if it's not, pray for you to be satisfied in what he does bless you with, man. Because I know sometimes... Oh, my goodness, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. But if that's money, women, I hope I hope it's one good woman. That's what I hope, but be good. Oh, for sure. I'm going to find that room. The room that I just saw over there is where I want to get, and that's what I'm going to get, and then we're going to shut her down, and I'm going to go hang out. My wife's parents are here for the next few hours, so we're going to spend some time with them, and then we'll go from there. Tomorrow, we are going to go through 2 Samuel 22. We are moving into Revelation, though. That's the next one. That's going to be a wild ride. It'll be good. What's up, GS? Thanks for making a live. So that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be after this. It'll be good. We'll go through that. I'm interested to see y'all's perspective on Revelation. We'll have some nice back and forths on what everything means. It'll be fun. And then we got to figure out what game we're playing next. We might do Sekiro. I'm not sure. It'll be a fun one. Excuse me. Bull, are you still here? Are you streaming today? You guys aren't following Barbell Bull. You should. He's a great guy. Nice. We did it. We did it. I think this is it over here. No, don't give me that. You can't do it to me and then tell me not to do it to you. Besides, I think we have like a total of 4 people watching, so the impact is, oh, I'm invaded. Good. Where's he at? Is he in here? Hello? There he is. Did I get that hammer? Please give me that hammer. And the slow game, huh? Here we go. But if I do, it'll be... Oh, okay. Okay, that's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. I'm a little frustrated. This afternoon into tonight. I think we're going to go see like a show. Not a show, but like we've got a guy that plays music out at a local bar. Not that I've ever had a drink of alcohol in my entire life. That would be the moment I would uninstall my PC. I need some arms. I don't know what that means. Marriage. Like a gun or like arms? Oh, you're saying the time where I died to that guy? That's a part of the fun, man. Getting to run back 2 miles to each fight that you try to take on. That's the joy of the game, Bull. That right there is the joy of the game. It's patient endurance, just like our walk with Christ. That's why I like it so much. Pop down this thing. Don't hurt me. Patience, man. Amen, dude. Amen. I have to sneeze. Bless me. All right, let's go die to this guy again. It'll be fun. And then we'll shut her down. It's going to be fun. It'd be cool if you could parry a massive hammer like that. I doubt you can. Watch this. Gotta start using some of these. I can't use this. So you can't use an ember if you're invaded? Seems ridiculous. Hey, bud. Come over here. We're going to keep some so we can dodge. No. Roll. Come on. I think he reads when I start drinking. Maybe not. Okay, I did roll. We're good. So that happened last time too. And I think that's what we need to worry about. Jonathan, what's up, man? Hello. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shut this thing down. I'm going to go hang out with my family. Sorry, Jonathan, I know you just got here. I apologize. And then tomorrow we're going to come back and figure out how that connects back and then go get the Chloranthe ring and then run and diadem a deer 15 to 20 times across that bridge. So that'll be our goal for tomorrow as we go through 2 Samuel chapter 22, which this chapter, not mistaken, let me see if I am mistaken. Hold on. 2 Samuel 22 is... Okay, it is David's Song of Deliverance. So it's going to be a nice, worshipful, prayer-based study, which will be great. And then we have through Tuesday and 2 Samuel, and then we'll switch over to Revelation. But in the meantime, you guys be blessed. Keep Christ the center focus of your life. Stay in step with the Spirit, and we'll be back tomorrow to be together. All right. Love you. Bye. See you later.